Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. What is Article 13 and what's going to happen after Brexit? Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Hope you're enjoying the channel and the series. Please subscribe and hit the notifications bell down there for all the latest videos. You know the score. So, I'm going to be talking about Article 13 and Brexit. What does it mean for YouTube or for any social media platform or any sort of blog out there? Article 13 is proposed legislation that has been drafted, has been worded, which in its entirety is designed to protect the copyright of producers, creators. So on one hand, it's really good. It's good that it's making sure that people who produce work and it's copyrighted, that it is protected so nobody can steal it or just abuse it. Now, YouTube already has a content ID which identifies copyrighted material, and then if the copyrightees, if you like, if they've signed up to it, they can make a claim against your video. Let's say if you've used a popular song, for example, then whoever it is, they can put a claim on it, and so the royalties go to that artist, whatever. We all know that. That's all sort of standard stuff. The problem is, it's when you have anything within your video that may be copyrighted but hasn't been claimed. Let's say, for example, this picture here. Okay, so this picture, this of Valentino Rossi, okay, famous motorcyclist, obviously we all know him. Now, this was actually sent to me by an artist called Steve Wyman. Okay, so when I used to have the motorcycle magazine, he sent this to me, which is great. So that could be copyrighted. The image rights of Valentino Rossi could be copyrighted, and because it's in the background of this video, the whole thing could be copyrighted as well. Article 13 is not actually going after people who are creating content with copyrighted material that hasn't been claimed. They're going after the platform. So YouTube, Facebook, any social media platform will be liable for this. Any website, any blog that has copyrighted material within it, whether it's identified or not, okay, they will be liable to pay the copyright fees. Now, obviously, we all want to make sure that copyrighted material is respected and the dues are paid accordingly. But the problem is, it's when you can't really identify or the material. So, in effect, within Europe, what this new legislation will do, will put a blanket stop, put a blanket over virtually all online creation, whether it's in blogs, photographs, videos, music, anything like that, that is reproduced for the online market. We are talking over 740 million people, 750 million people. That's what, an eighth of the world's population right now, that will not have access to potentially your content, whether it's in Word, whether it's in photo, in video, or in music. It really depends. You could argue that, let's say I want to make a video, I want to put music, so I put a track of AC/DC on the background. Okay, well, that's copyrighted material. Okay, so that is protecting the rights of AC/DC. YouTube, for example, already have content ID, so the rights would already go to them. Well, you can basically choose not to have copyright music in your videos, and actually YouTube kind of say that you shouldn't do that anyway, especially for monetization purposes. They've got the audio library. There's lots of free music, of copyright music out there, so just choose that if you really want music. Okay, but it's not really just about that. It's all about the copyrighted material, or the copyright claims, potential claims of material within your video, is dubious. It's up for debate. It's unclaimed. And this is what Article 13 has kind of created, a bit of a whirlwind of confusion, really. What this will lead to, unfortunately, is that Europe will not be able to view your videos. You will not be able to show your videos in that market either. So it could be from the mundane, it could be parody accounts, it could be, you know, a cappella singing, or it could be something like this. As I say, you know, you've got an image in the background, and all of a sudden, because although I own this, I may not own the image rights, so on and so forth. So therefore it might come under copyright. I'm confused, you're confused. You know, I get the impression that the whole world is confused by this. Lots of people online, lots of creators, lots of people heavily invested in online publishing are really starting to gear up against this, this Article 13, and really hope it, you know, doesn't go through. Now, so for those of us who are in the United Kingdom, we had a referendum, Brexit, and we're in the process of going to leave Europe, potentially. But that's what's on the cards. So what does this mean for us? Well, the Article 13 may or may not affect us. It really depends how the UK government, how they want to align with European laws post-Brexit, post-leaving. Are we going to still have the same laws or not? So that really depends how that's going to play out. We really don't know. But let's say there is a clear cut-off. We, as a nation, totally move away from European legislation. So whatever is applicable in Europe does not apply to UK anymore. Then we're just like any other country in the world, United States, whatever. However, any content that we produce will not be shown in Europe. So again, we cut ourselves off to 700 million people. They will not be able to see our content regardless of what our content's about. Now, you know, we're not talking about, you know, radical, you know, videos or anything that's inciting violence. We are talking about mundane, everyday videos that may show copyrighted material or copyright material that is just unclaimed. You know, and we don't even know that we're showing it. And because of this legislation, because of the way it's been worded, this is what causes the problem. It's going to be anti-creative, it's going to be anti-entrepreneurial, it's going to be anti-libertarian. Whatever you want to think of, it's going to be anti it. And the problem is it's going to reduce freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of expression, and freedom of creativity. That's why it needs to be changed. That's why we all have to, you know, pull together. Now, I'm a very small channel, but I can already see the issues surrounding Article 13. And because I have a publishing background, that's why, you know, this is particularly important. There's got to be a better balance between the protecting the copyrights of individuals or of material, and just creating a blanket law that will reduce everybody's creativity and everybody's ability to publicize their own material. Now, even if, let's say, for example, you're a music artist and you're doing a cover of another song and you put it on YouTube, then that will come under Article 13. Let's say you're having live footage of your band, you're playing a gig and you're doing a couple of covers in there. That will come under copyright material as well and come under Article 13. Virtually every YouTube creator will be affected by Article 13. We just can't get away from it. The way it's been worded, the way it's so broad-ranging that anything will be affected. If we want to save our future, our online futures, if we want to save our internet, save your internet, then we've got to start rising up here, start voicing our concerns about Article 13, and hopefully get Europe to change the wording and redefine what it means. Because once they passed it, and within a couple of years, once they enact the law, that's it. It's done and dusted. And unless they change the law again in the future. The best time to act is now. Let's put pressure on Europe, make them aware that actually the overall notion of the law is good to protect copyrighted material. But the way it's worded and the way they're going about it is completely wrong. So we need to all rise up, all come together, try and fight this as best we can. Anyway, So that's Brexit. You know, post-Brexit, we're just going to be like any other country. We won't be able to show our videos or any online content, you know, in Europe, or it won't be seen in Europe. Put it that way, it'll all be blocked. And you know, if we do remain within European law, for example, or certain elements of European law, then we will be subject to not being able to see any material from around the world either. So it's a massive thing. It's a massive thing. And this affects our everyday cultures, our everyday pop cultures, our everyday news items, whatever you can think of, Article 13 affects. Right, hope that helps. Save our internet. Catch you on the next video. Please subscribe, hit the notifications bell, leave comments below. Catch you next time. Cheers.